Hi everyone, welcome to today's 5-minute Friday, something you can do in the garden or in the comfort of your own home, and I'll explain that in a second because it's a bit chilly today. That's not going to take too long, but makes all the difference, and this is a great example of it. What we're going to do is sow sweet peas. Now if you're watching this video pretty much when we release it, you might be surprised that we're sowing sweet peas now. Traditionally, people think of sowing sweet peas in the spring because they flower late spring in the summer, and that's when they're thinking that you sow them at the beginning of the year or somewhere around there. But actually, you get a lot of benefits from sowing in the autumn. So we're going to sow them now. We're going to take them through the winter. You tend to get sturdier plants, you tend to get earlier flowers, and that's what we're growing them for, the fantastic flowers, and depending on the variety, fantastic scents as well. So there's a lot of benefits to doing it. Now, if nothing else, you get the job out of the way, you've got something you know that's going to give you fantastic flowers next year. So it's nice and easy to do. So I've got some multi-purpose compost here. I've got a 9cm pot, sort of 3.5 inch pot. And I'm just going to scoop a bit of compost in there, just like that. Okay. Any lumps and bumps, get rid of that. It's a nice, well-drained, multi-purpose compost this, and you'll notice I'm tapping it down. So I do that to let the soil actually settle, and you'll find the compost will go down slightly. What we don't want to do is squeeze it down, push it down, which I know can be tempting. So if it does sink a lot, just top it up a little bit. We don't want the soil to be right level with the top. We want it just below the top, just like that. And I smooth it over just to make a nice level sowing surface. So I've got my sweet pea seeds here. This one is Sweet Pea White Ensign, which, as you can imagine from the name, has got a beautiful pure white flower to it and really nice scent. So sprinkle the seeds. There's too many seeds in this packet for one pot, so I'm going to sow more than one pot. So what I'm going to do is pick about half of these seeds, so 5-6 seeds. I'm just going to spread over the surface of the compost nice and evenly, so it doesn't have to be any particular pattern. And that leaves about 5 or 6 left. So I just do that. I'm just laying them on the surface of the compost, simply just like that. So with these, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to cover them in a way that you may have seen me do before. So let me put these seeds back in this packet. Any seeds left over, I'd sow them if I were you. But if not, make sure you store them in a cool, dry place over the winter to sow in the spring. But if it was me, I'd sow all the seeds. Can't get them back in there. There we go. Right. Okay. So rather than covering them in the traditional way, what I'm going to do is push the seeds down, but not too far, around about 5 millimeters. To be honest, I don't know what that is in feet and inches or anything like that, but around about 5 millimeters. Okay. So just going to push it down, and I suppose actually a good way of measuring it, it's about half a fingernail. So when you push it down, it's around about half a fingernail. So I'm just pushing it in, just gently. They're quite tough seeds. You don't have to worry too much about them. So I just push them in. And we could then cover it, but I'm actually just going to tuck it in. So you'll find there's compost over the surface. You can just sort of level the compost, just gently tuck it in. Just like that, and you're done. Don't be tempted, as I said earlier, don't be tempted to push them down really deep. Don't be tempted to squeeze the compost after you've done it. But now you've done that, just water them well, get them nice and moist, and it's a level at this stage, sorry, is when you can water them almost as much as you like. So give them a nice watering. There's drainage holes in this pot, so any excess water will fall away. So water them nice and well and put them outside. The weather is cold today. It's turned today. It's sort of 10 degrees colder than it was yesterday, believe it or not. But these are relatively hardy plants, so these are going to germinate quite quickly. and keep them in a place. It depends where you are in the country. In Essex, we can keep them outside all the way through the winter in general. But if not, a cold greenhouse is perfect. A cold conservatory, somewhere that light a cold windowsill. Maybe you might have like a utility room that's got a nice bright windowsill. That will be perfect after it's germinated. So take them through the winter. Don't have them too warm, and come next year you'll be able to plant them out and then start enjoying your sweet pea flowers earlier than someone who sows them in the spring. So any questions at all, get in contact. See you soon.